y'all, it's your girl Jane Natisse. I am back with a recap. This is Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 8. It's already late, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the episode kicks off with a song from Shamia. She wrote a country song because, you know, they're in Nashville, talking about what's going on so far, about the birthday and this Drew coming and all that stuff. I was like, okay, whatever. So then we see a scene from Shamia. She's on FaceTime with her husband, and he's at the doctor with baby Shiloh. Baby Shiloh, I believe she said, has had an ear infection. I believe that's what it was. It was an ear infection and, you know, and all that stuff. So, you know, she's talking to the doctor and she's feeling bad, having mommy guilt, of course, because she's not there. And, you know, in her confessional, she's like, Gerald deserves a son and all that. So she definitely wants to expand her family, especially give Gerald a son. Okay? Drew comes. So Drew comes. She's greeted by Angela and Cynthia. She sees she got the bunk beds. Now, you know, whoever the last one there or whoever they don't like, get the crappiest bed. And there's a side conversation. Portia is talking about how Angela gaslit her, and I'm like, how? Am I missing something? I'm not missing something. Are y'all missing something? Whatever. Drew wishes Portia a happy birthday, and they hug. So they're going out. They're about to go out. Half the group is going whiskey tasting, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'd do it. I would do it. I don't be drinking whiskey like that, but I would try it. And the other group is going to Coyote Ugly, the famous Coyote bar, to take some bartending lessons. So I believe it is Shamia, Portia, and Kelly going to the bar, and the rest of the ladies, Britt, Cynthia, Angela, Drew, they're going to whiskey tasting. And they was all coming out in the car, and I was like, what the hell you Kelly got on? Because she had on like a little net top, like, you know, what you would wear to the beach. And then she had some pasties on her breast, and I was like, okay. Like it was giving a little, you know, risque cowgirl, I don't know. And then Brittany had like the net stuff, you know, on her pants, and all you see is her little panties or whatever, or I'm sure it was like a bikini bottom or whatever. But I was just like, whatever. The fashions are giving very much Fashion Nova, which is nothing wrong with Fashion Nova or Shein. This is a Shein top. So I'm just saying. Anywho, so they're in the car, they're in the Sprinter, and everybody's in there, and they're just going to drop them off in their, you know, their destination. And then out of nowhere, Shamia starts crying. And I was like, what? Like, because it was just like out of nowhere, you know? So I was just a little thrown off by that. And I gotta stop touching my hair. It's a nervous thing of mine. Forgive me. And she said she just received a message, and she was married in 2008 to somebody that was abusive. I don't think the marriage lasted that long, maybe a few months, she said. And she was telling somebody, the way she made it seem like it was like an older lady or whatever, telling her what was going on. Didn't really believe her and all that stuff, or like being mean to her, like, you know, some of the older generation, no shade to y'all just like stay in the marriage, fight for it, blah 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 blah. And it's just like, and I'm not saying you should give up, but if you beating your ass, you got to go, okay? So, you know, that person ended up sending her a message and apologizing to her and all that stuff, and that just opened up. And then with her baby being sick, that just opened up the floodgates for her. Now, Shamia was being a little messy. She was talking about, when they were at the bar, she was talking about Angela. She said Angela was talking about Drew, saying that Drew was talking trash to Angela about Kelly. Now, the producers played that beautiful bean footage back, and what was actually said was, And sorry, I lost my notes. Angela said that she heard Kelly was talking trash about Angela to Drew. And Angela said, it's whatever. I'm concerned about Drew's reaction. Oh, Kelly was talking crap about Angela to Drew. And Angela's like, yeah, that's all well and good, but Drew's my friend, so what is Drew's reaction? And I'm like, yes, because, you know, I'm not that type of person. Like, you know, if you hang around somebody I like and they talking crap, I expect you to defend me if you're my friend. Just me personally. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Okay. So at the whiskey tasting, everybody getting lit. But Angela said she's just trying to aid things with Drew and Portia. And Britt is like, I feel like you're being a victim. And I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? Like, and then she brings it up to this damn peace brunch again. She's like, you know, I wish I had more support. And I'm just like, whatever. Like, and Angela said that Britt felt like she was very entitled at this brunch. It was given, I told y'all this before, it was given very much like, Kenya's not here, I'm the new head bitch in charge. Like, and it was like, nah, mama, we're not on that. Like, come on now. And Cynthia chimes in like, y'all can't tell this woman how to fit. Cynthia, you weren't even there. Shut the hell up. So everybody gets back in the car. They're going back to the house for dinner. Okay? And while they're getting ready for dinner, we see, you know, people calling their significant others and kids and all that stuff. Portia calls PJ and speaks to Dennis and all that stuff. Dinner time. They coming down. Portia is all dressed in all black like the Omen. And again, it's her birthday, so she's dressed in all black with straight black hair. Like, I was like, looking like Morticia Addams, the black Morticia Addams. Barely any accessories. And I was like, what is going on? And, you know, then she reveals that she found out that Dennis and Drew have been filming together. And I'm like, Portia, that ain't your man. That's your baby daddy. And I'll be honest, I don't a bit more believe it. I feel like Drew, Portia, and Dennis is in this together. Maybe not. What do y'all think? All right, so it's all good. There's some people there to teach them line dances and all that stuff. Real cute. They get to the table and they're asking Portia, because Portia's quiet. And she's like, and everybody's like, what's wrong, Portia? What's wrong? It's your birthday. What's wrong? And Portia's like, I'm just tired. I'm like, that's what you say when you don't feel like talking. You just be like, I'm just tired. And so conversation is progressing, and they talk about, and they go on to say how Angela acts like a victim and how she's gaslighting. And Angela wants to know. She's like, Portia, how do I gaslight? And then she's like, she's eating her food. She's like, I don't remember. And I'm like, Portia. And Angela's like, well, why am I the only one being held accountable? We never got an answer from Portia. The whole world wants to know. And I was like, thank you, Angela. The whole world wants to know why you stole that lady husband. And we ain't gonna rest until we get the answer, Portia. I love Portia. Don't get me wrong, but moving on. And Cynthia said, well, Portia, would you like to answer that? And Portia was like, I would like for Angela to kiss my ass. And in the confessional, Angela was like, ain't nobody trying to kiss Fix a Flat. I was like, Angela, why you ain't say that to her, though? And then Drew just flat out asked her, she's like, Portia, are you okay with me being there? And Portia's like, you straight. I was like, all right. And Drew was like, well, happy birthday, gotta go. She was like, I did get you a bottle she got her a bottle of whiskey, you know, as a little peace offering, she's like, got you a bottle of whiskey. I'ma head out. Drew's like, I'm going through too much for this and all that stuff. And whatever. So they conclude dinner. Portia's in the bed laying down. Cynthia comes in. Portia's like, she tells Cynthia what happened that she found. And she's just like, her energy wasn't really towards anyone downstairs. It's like just Dennis. And then she's going through this divorce with Simon and all that stuff. So the night concludes, or so we think. So Drew was still there, but she went upstairs or whatever. And Britt, Kelly, Shamia, Portia, and Cynthia, they head to the pool. Angela goes up to bed. And they in the pool throwing dollars, shaking butts, and all that stuff. And it's the next morning, and Angela is downstairs ready to go. She got her shades on. She is ready. And she said she heard some things that she wished she did not. So her room was like right by the pool or whatever. It was on the second floor, but it was right by the pool. So, she could hear them, having a good time and all that stuff. She's on the phone with Charles. It was like 2:30 in the morning. And she keeps hearing her name being called. Just hearing her name, like, Angela, Angela, Angela. And, they coming for her. They talking about the way she dressed and all that stuff. And then she hears Portia say, oh, I should F Charles. And Angela's like, oh, y'all want to talk about me? Let me record y'all. She didn't get much or whatever, because she was like, let's bump this. I'm going to just go downstairs. I heard you bitches was looking for me. Bitch, here I go. Like, y'all keep saying my name 3 times, wishing for me to appear. Here I am. Like, come on. Okay, so Angela comes down and confronts Portia. She's like, yo, I heard you saying this, that, and the third. Portia's like, I didn't say that. She goes upstairs, and the producers asked her what happened, and Portia was like, I don't remember anything. So, Britt is in the confessional saying that Shamia was saying that Charles has been out with all these different women, and Kelly confirms that Portia did indeed say that she would F Charles. She said, oh, she better keep playing before I F her husband, blah, blah, blah. So it's the next morning. Angela and Drew are getting ready to leave. Kelly comes down like, good morning. And Angela's like, good morning. She's like, I'm not trying to be fake. And Kelly's like, come on, I'm saying good morning. Angela is me because, like, you always just talking all that stuff and then you want to be all in my face saying hi. Girl, bye. And Angela said in the confessional, Portia's track record shows she has a history of effing people's husbands. But that's it, y'all. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next one. Later.